This is Adolph Antanavage, a longtime pigeon shooter and newly appointed judge in the Court of Common Pleas in Berks County, Pennsylvania. Shark recently released a video of Adolph Antanavage shooting pigeons in front of a Confederate flag at Wing Point, a private hunting club in Berks County. As disturbing as it is to see a judge partake in such cruelty and do it in front of a Confederate flag, no less, there are serious questions that Judge Adolph needs to answer regarding what he does for fun. There is no question that pigeon shoots violate Pennsylvania's anti-cruelty statute. You can read Shark's report proving that claim via this link. The problem is that Pennsylvania humane laws are not enforced. Corrupt district attorneys, such as Berks County DA John Adams, who has taken campaign donations from pro-pigeon shoot interests, have crushed every attempt to have charges brought against pigeon shooters such as Adolph Antanavage. Antanavage's work history includes time in the Berks County DA's office, and he was a solicitor for a Pennsylvania State Police Lodge, so you can understand how tightly bound pigeon shooters are to law enforcement authorities in spite of their lawless cruelty. Courts have ruled that acts of cruelty can happen to pigeons at shoots, meaning that pigeons are covered under the anti-cruelty law. That means that the shooting, wounding, crippling, and abandoning of pigeons are illegal. Judge Antanavage, why do you participate in pigeon shoots that clearly violate the law? It is a poorly kept secret that illegal gambling is a major part of live pigeon shoots. Quote, the gambling aspect of live pigeon shoots is important. People who say they've attended shoots commonly say things like, the money is insane. As a rule, it isn't the purse that is the real big dinero, but the side bets. 100 a bird is starting money. In this clip, Antanavage is handing his scorecard to the scorekeeper. Scorecards are used for contests and prizes, and they may also be used for illegal gambling purposes. Considering that Antanavage has participated in pigeon shoots for many years at numerous private clubs, he has unquestionably been exposed to illegal gambling or has knowledge of it. Judge Antanavage, have you ever participated in illegal gambling? If you did you declare any possible winnings on your taxes? Do you have any knowledge of anyone else participating in acts of illegal gambling? If so, did you turn that information over to investigative authorities? Considering how pervasive illegal gambling is at pigeon shoots, it is highly likely that Antanavage would have important information. On November 18, 2012, Shark was legally flying a remote-controlled aircraft at a pigeon shoot held at Wing Point. Someone inside the club used a rifle to shoot it down. This constituted not only criminal damage to property, but rifles are prohibited on Wing Point's property by agreement with the local township. One of the potential witnesses to this illegal shoot-down was none other than Adolph Antanavage. Here he is leaving Wing Point after the shoot-down occurred, and when state police were supposed to have been investigating the incident. Remember, Antanavage worked for a state police lodge as solicitor, so that apparently persuaded the state police not to conduct a credible investigation. Not surprisingly, no suspect was ever identified. Judge Antanavage, as you were present on site at Wing Point, did you see who illegally shot at our property? Who else was present and may be a suspect in this illegal act? As a lawyer, did you not have a legal responsibility to report this violation of the law and help in the investigation? Shark has hundreds of hours of footage documenting how cruel pigeon shoots are, but we also have documented the unbelievable horror that takes place once the shooting stops and the victims are disposed of. In 2010, we documented this horrifying pile of dead and dying birds after a shoot at Wing Point. They just dumped the bodies and left the dying birds to suffer for days. In this video, our remote-controlled Angel aircraft filmed Wing Point illegally burning the bodies of pigeon shoot victims along with tires and other garbage. We have information that not all the victims were dead when they were burned, meaning this represents even more violations of the anti-cruelty statute as well as environmental law. We've widely publicized these horrors in our YouTube videos and in the media, and everyone associated with Wing Point knows about it. On June 26, 2014, the day Adolph Antanavage was nominated to be a judge by the Pennsylvania Senate Judiciary Committee, shark investigators who were present that day asked him the following.
Are you aware of how Wing Point disposes of their pigeons?
I have no idea, and as I said, I'm not in a position to do anything. So thank you very much for your opportunity.
No idea? Who is he kidding? And he isn't in a position to do anything? He's one of the guys shooting the birds that wound up in that pile and being burned alive. If he didn't want to participate in these illegal acts, then he shouldn't have been shooting the birds in the first place. He is absolutely responsible for what happens to the pigeons that he destroys for fun. If Antanavage is going to be that duplicitous about his participation in cruel and illegal acts, then he cannot be an objective judge and enforcer of the law. That is why we have sent a letter to both the President Judge of the Court of Common Pleas of Berks County and Governor Tom Corbett, who personally nominated Antanavage to be a judge. We are asking that Judge Adolph be questioned under oath regarding these matters. If we do not hear back, we will resend that letter every Monday and publicize the response or lack of response. It's bad enough that a judge has participated in vicious animal cruelty and done that in front of a symbol of prejudice and bias. That's why we are calling on Adolph Antanavage to resign. However, because Antanavage has violated the law, and may possibly be protecting certain people and interests who have violated the law, then he must be removed from office, or else the concept of law and justice in Berks County will be meaningless. This is Stu Chaffetz for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.